Ilkay, what do you think has been the key for Manchester City on this winning run? It's been quite incredible, 18 victories in a row.
To be honest, I think a few things. I think it's the mixture of obviously having the right tactics, having a great manager who gives you always the right solutions. Then the quality of the players, which we can't deny is definitely there. But then also the mentality, you know, the hard work that we put on the training ground. You know, going into the games with a lot of energy, a lot of confidence. And all this together, I think, just leads to an incredible run. And if you are able to maintain that level, I think it can be again a great season for us.
It was obviously a very difficult exit from last year's Champions League. Have you used that as a squad, as a source of motivation this season to go one better and eventually try and win the competition?
It's not something that is forgotten, to be honest, but also not something that gives me any extra motivation, if that makes sense. I just think it's a new year, it's a new option, it's a new chance, and a new challenge as well. So new chances, and we'll just try to do our best as we did also in the past. I mean, I wouldn't say we did less in the past. We did just mistakes which led to these outcomes. The motivation is there. As it was last year and the year before. So we just try to do our best and try to go as far as possible again.
And just finally for me, if I can ask you about the game tomorrow night, what sort of challenge are you expecting from Gladbach? Because they've had a difficult season in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the difficulty was probably in the last couple of weeks or for a few weeks. I've seen them a lot in the last few months since the start of the Bundesliga, and I feel like they have a great team, great spirit. On a really good day, they can probably beat everyone, and they did so with Donetsk in the group stage, and we played Donetsk in the last few years, and we know, that it can be that it can be a tough side to beat. So I think they have a lot of quality and a lot of energy, a lot of drive, and just because of the fact that they may struggled for a couple of games. Doesn't deny all of that. So obviously we take them really serious. We know how good they are, and also that they want to play football. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be a great 2 games.
Go to Fraser Denton, please, guys.
Hey, Ilkay, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Given the run that you're on at the moment, and we heard from Mikel Arteta, who said the other day that he thinks you're the best team in Europe, do you feel as if you have something of a fear factor that you can take into games like this?
I don't really know. Maybe, to be honest, but probably it's better to ask our opponents this kind of question. But also, it's something that we're not really thinking about. I mean, of course, we know, and we know what we are capable of. We know what we are able to do on the pitch. How good we can be if we do all the things that we are supposed to do. And that's really it for us. We try to take all of our opponents as serious as possible. Try to prepare ourselves as good as possible. And if we are able to do so. In the combination with what I've just said before, all these things that we brought into our game, over the last few weeks, then we have always really good chances to beat every single opponent. And that's our target. That's what we want to achieve until the end of the season. And we just set the bar ourselves, and it's about us now, to hold it, to maintain it, and to try to go for it.
With that in mind, then, is the quadruple a realistic possibility this season, do you think?
Nothing that I thought about until today, until you just mentioned it, and nothing that I will be thinking of for the next few weeks. So if it's going to happen, I'll take it, but it's not really anything that I deal with at the moment.
Simon Stone, please, guys.
Hi, Ilkay. How satisfying is it that you are playing personally as well as you are? When you came to England, you'd had injuries, and then when you came here, you had more injuries, and maybe it's taken a little bit of time for you to perform at this really, really high level?
I mean, that's why I play football. I play football to try to reach my best, to try to play as good as possible, to try to develop, to try to do the right things, try to do not any mistake. It is always satisfying when you play well, of course, but I don't think that until today I was not as satisfied as I'm today, to be honest, just because my numbers are really good this season in terms of goal scoring. I wouldn't like to, I wouldn't like to say that I've played worse in the past, if that makes sense. So in terms of form, I feel I'm on the same level that I was maybe also in that season where we just beat just won the league 1 point ahead of Liverpool, or even when I used to play in Germany. I don't feel that I'm playing much better. I just play maybe another role at the moment, a more offensive role. I try to be closer to our opponent's box, try to get more into positions where I can create or be dangerous, and that just leads to more goals. But just because I score more goals doesn't mean I'm playing better. I just try to play every time as good as possible. And of course, it's satisfying and it's nice to be recognized, with the amount of goals that I've scored. But it's not something that I'm looking into every match day. I just try to do the best possible for my team, and if you're able to win, I'm satisfied. Doesn't matter if I score or assist or whatever.
Quite a lot of hands going up, guys. I'm going to try and rattle through as many people as possible. Dan, if we can go to you first.
Yeah, Ilkay, just one about the fans, if possible, and the news that they might be returning for the final game of the season. I know you don't want to predict that you will win the league, but maybe if that does happen, to celebrate with them, how special would that be? And then maybe less of a great reception at Wembley for the European Championships for you with Germany.
I mean, you can imagine. I mean, the answer is already there. So of course, it's always satisfying having a crowd. Having fans in the stadium. We had it this season just once when we played away at Southampton and just in front of 2,000 fans. But even that felt great, even though it was not home. It was away and opponents' fans. But even that felt great, to be honest. But also something again that probably we need to get used to, because we are used to empty stadiums at the moment. No crowd. So it felt also kind of weird, if I'm deadly honest. But of course, we are looking forward to that day where people are back allowed in the stadiums, and spectators can watch us. We can have this feeling, again, all these emotions with the crowd in the stadium. That's why we play football. That's why fans are football fans. That's why we love the game. So obviously, we are looking forward to that.
Jack, go on, please.
Hi, Ilkay. Can I ask about the importance of Fernandinho? He's not playing a great deal at the moment, but it sounds like he's got a really instrumental role behind the scenes.
Yes, he's our captain. So he's leading us. He's there when we need him. Whether it's on the pitch, like his performance against Arsenal was incredible, or whether he's on the bench. He's always there for us. He supports us, the way he talks to us, the way he speaks to us, and then of course also when he plays the way he plays. So he's a real leader. He's someone that we really need, and we are obviously very happy to have him. He just gives us the right things at the right time, and he knows when to speak up. He knows when to be quiet. He knows what to do. So that's very important. But if you come to that, not just Fernandinho, I think also players that have played maybe a little bit less in the past. Someone like Benjamin Mendy, that comes to my mind. Struggled with a lot of injuries in the past, but he knows at the moment, what to do best to help the team. So no egos at all, and I think that's the only way how to win, how to achieve great things. And at the moment, everything seems balanced so well That's not just the 11 players on the pitch who maybe shine, also the players that are on the bench or even not traveling, just training with us, the young nuts who are training with us. Today again we had so many young players. They didn't probably even touch the ball, because we trained some build up, but they are running behind us. They are trying, to make us feel like, okay, we need to put our best, even in training sessions, to be prepared as good as possible for the games. And that's just very important.
Simon Baskowski, please, guys, and we may have to look for some German questions after that. Any German media want to ask a question? Now is a good time to use the raised hand icon, please. Simon?
Hi, Ilkay.
Hi.
You're obviously in a brilliant position at the moment at Man City for your season, but it's only December when you were struggling to pick up results and performances. How concerned were you as players when you were struggling for form, and have you been surprised by how effectively you've turned things around?
Not really surprised, but we knew that we were not at our best, and I think, and there goes full credit to our manager, I think he adjusted the right things in the right time. He saw that something was wrong, something was a bit missing, and he adjusted a couple of things in terms of how we defend, how we play with the ball. He did the right things in the right moment. That's why he is the best manager in the world, this just led to this outcome, and it's incredible. I never thought, to be honest, in December about where we will be in February, so that was not really in my mind. But did I expect to be in February in that position? Maybe not, but I knew that we are capable of a lot of things, that we have obviously great quality in the squad, and that we can go on a run like we are on now. But it just doesn't come automatically, so you have to adjust things. The manager has to adjust things. The players, they need to adjust. So everyone did a great job.
We'll move to some German questions now, guys. We'll start with Carsten Kellerman.
Ja, hallo, nach England, aus Mönchengladbach.
Hi.
Du kennst die Dortmunder Mannschaft gut, du weißt, dass Marco Rose nächstes Jahr dort Trainer wird. Welche Vorzüge seht ihr als Manchester in der Gladbacher Mannschaft? Was sind die Dinge, auf die ihr besonders achten müsst bei dem Fußball, den Marco Rose spielen lässt?
Ich glaube, dass Gladbach zum einen die nötige Qualität an Spielern hat, um sehr attraktiven und erfolgreichen Fußball zu spielen, und zum anderen auch die richtige Einstellung und ich glaube auch den richtigen Kader, gemischt mit Spielern, die einerseits spielstark sind, aber andererseits auch nicht zu schade sind, um hart zu arbeiten. Und ich glaube, dass der moderne Fußball, den auch Gladbach ausmacht momentan, dass dieser Mix aus Kreativität und dann auch Mentalität einfach zu dem Erfolg führt, den Gladbach nicht nur in dieser Saison, sondern auch in den letzten Jahren einfach hat, nicht nur international, sondern auch in der Bundesliga natürlich, sich jedes Jahr auch für die Champions League zu qualifizieren. Das zeigt einfach, was für gute Arbeit dort geleistet wurde in den letzten Jahren. Und dass nicht immer alles perfekt klappt, so wie jetzt auch vielleicht in den letzten Spielen, das ist auch völlig normal. Aber ich glaube, dass Gladbach immer gefährlich ist und in der Lage ist, an einem guten Tag jeden Gegner zu schlagen. Das haben sie auch gegen die Bayern die Saison schon gezeigt. Deswegen, es ist eine sehr spielstarke Mannschaft.
We go to Tom Jacob, please. Can you hear us okay, Tom?
He's on mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
When you're ready, Tom, there we go.
Ja, hallo. Tom hier aus Deutschland, hallo.
Hi.
Du kennst ein paar Spieler auch persönlich, auch über die Nationalmannschaft. Es gibt Spieler bei Borussia Monchengladbach, denen wird nachgesagt, dass Angebote auf internationaler Bühne sind. Du hast ja selber die Erfahrung gemacht, ins Ausland zu gehen, um dich in England durchzusetzen. Was würdest du deinen Kollegen, den Spielern in Gladbach raten, wann der nächste Schritt der richtige ist?
Leider weiß man das, glaube ich, nie so richtig. Ich glaube, man weiß es erst, wenn man es getan hat. So war es ähnlich bei mir. Ich meine, ich glaube, ich bin relativ spät ins Ausland gegangen. Mit 26 ist jetzt nicht ganz so früh. Es ist schwierig zu sagen. Ich meine, wenn man sich in der Lage fühlt, wenn man denkt, dass man bereit ist, das aufzugeben, vielleicht was man sich ein Stück weit aufgebaut hat, die Reputation, die man vielleicht in der Bundesliga hat, aber dann auch das Umfeld mit Familie, mit Freunden, wenn man bereit ist, da rauszukommen aus der Komfortzone, dann glaube ich, dass es schon an sich reicht, mental vorbereitet zu sein. Und dann hängt es von der Qualität ab, von den Umständen, die dann im jeweiligen Ort gegeben sind, vom Trainer, von der Mannschaft. Also da muss natürlich einiges stimmen, aber genauso muss es stimmen, wenn man in Deutschland bleibt. Deswegen bin ich immer der Meinung, dass wenn man sich mental bereit fühlt, dass man so einen Schritt auch wagen sollte. Weil ich finde, dass das eine komplett neue Erfahrung ist, ins Ausland zu wechseln. Ist nicht vergleichbar, nicht nur der Fußball, sondern auch das Leben generell ist nicht vergleichbar mit dem Leben in Deutschland. Und ich mochte es immer, mich zu challengen, mich auf etwas Neues vorzubereiten und auch zu sehen, wo meine Grenzen sind. Und dementsprechend muss es jeder für sich entscheiden. Aber Talent ist, glaube ich, genügend da. Und wenn die Mentalität stimmt, dann kann ich mir vorstellen, dass es kein schlechter Zeitpunkt ist.